So again, I'm Scott from South Florida Insider, and I'm here with...
My name is Michael Woods. You almost threw me there.
Hey, well...
What's my name again?
Well, dude, man, awesome set here at the W Hotel in the early hours of the day. How's it feel?
Wow. Well, you know what? Here in Miami, man, it's party 24 hours a day. Do you know what I mean? So where it's 2 in the afternoon, it's still gonna be rocking. So I'm glad to be. I just came from Vegas, man. So I'm like trying to get acclimatized, and my body clock's all messed up. But it's all good, man. We had a good time.
So hopefully you didn't lose too much money while you're out there in Vegas.
No, dude, I don't gamble. No. Well, not much anyway. Not anymore.
No gambling between like, okay, so I'm gonna try this girl or that girl or no?
Hey, man, my wife is probably listening to this. Do you mind? Well, one of them's listening anyway. I know that.
So tell me about, I mean, here we are, Miami Music Week. What's kind of been like the vibe? I mean, we're so early in the week, obviously.
Yeah.
Ultra Music leads into it pretty soon.
Yeah, it's just one big kind of melting pot of every kind of DJ in the entire globe. So you got everything here. If you're into music, this is the place to be. And it's good for me to be a part of it because I've been doing music all my life, and it's really good for me to be doing it on a professional level and making a living out of it. It's great. I love traveling the world and playing my music to thousands of people every weekend. It's great. And to be in Miami is it's one of the high points of the year.
Comparative to like all these places that you've been at, what's it like? I mean, being in the States compared to, out of the country, all these other places.
What, in terms of outside the USA?
Oh yeah.
God, I love the USA. I'm telling you, the vibe here is so good. I hate to say, but I don't like leaving the USA because I'm so used to now the vibe and the energy here. It doesn't tend to be that way elsewhere. I don't want to name any names or anything, but the vibe here in the USA and North America is so good. And because it's quite a fresh sound and people are really up for it, do you know what I mean? So the crowd is so energetic, and it's great for me as a producer and DJ to play my own stuff in front of thousands of people and get that feedback, and get that appreciation. It's like, it's the best feeling in the world.
So stylistically, obviously, you don't feel like the need that, okay, I gotta latch onto this pop singer or this crazy remix just to get the crowd energized, because you really get that energy regardless playing your own stuff.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I think the crowd responds to stuff that they don't necessarily hear. It's weird because when I play a track, say they wouldn't have heard, that's not mine, they'll be like, okay, whatever. As soon as I play a track that's actually one of my productions that they definitely would not have heard because it's a brand new one, the energy seems to go up. It's like they're kind of tuned into my sound, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? So that's one of the things I really look forward to when I do shows, is playing brand new material that I know they haven't heard, just to see what the reaction is going to be.
And for a lot of fans that don't really know, I mean, just kind of like your own interpretation, if you had to paint kind of your music like as a mural, what would it be?
Oh my God.
I mean, are we looking at Picasso here?
I was just about to say that. Put the words in my mouth. I was going to say maybe a Picasso. A bit here, a bit there, a few colours here and there. I don't know. Next question.
So outside of here, SiriusXM, this private party that's going on here at the W, what's really next for you? Are we going to see you here in the States again very soon?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if any of your followers are listening, make sure you come down to Vegas on April 10th. It's going to be my first pool party at the SLS pool party. It's a Foxtail. It's going to be incredible. So I've got a residency at the SLS. I'm there every month, but April is the first pool party. It's the opening show. It's going to be insane, dude. So make sure your listeners come down to that. It's going to be one hell of a party.
It's not one of those clothing optional, is it?
If you're female, you cannot wear clothes. No, no. It's gonna be a great party. It's gonna be some great music, great vibes. It's gonna be sick.
So for fans that don't really know, I mean, there's a lot of outsiders, especially in the States, that can't compare dubstep to techno to like trance to really anything. How do you kind of like explain your sound to those people that really aren't a part of the electronic music scene?
Right. God, that's a tough one. I mean, it's gonna be, man, how do I explain it? The thing is, when I'm sitting in the studio, all I'm thinking about is making a track that's gonna translate well to the dance floor, right? So it's a mixture of club music, progressive, stroke, hands in the air. I mean, it's just one big melting pot of stuff. I mean, it's hard for me to explain, but I've come from a musical family, and I'm just trying to use all the kind of stuff that I've learned over the years and, get it into the tracks that I'm releasing at the moment.
So it's one of those, if you're not dancing, you might not have a heartbeat.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're not dancing, then what the hell are you doing in here? Get the hell out. You know what I mean? So, whenever I do shows, the dance floor's always rocking. It's always a good vibe, and and when I see that, I kind of know, okay, I've done my job. You know what I mean? So.
And down the road, is there any collaborations? Anything you're doing? Future projects? I mean, you mentioned about how you're going to be in Vegas, but anything even beyond then, beyond April?
Yeah, there's a few things like bubbling up. At the moment, I'm just about to sign a deal with Armada. So I've got a record label called Diffuse Music, and I'm going to start pushing all my music out through Diffuse, and it's going to be under the umbrella of Armada. So that's with the backing of Armin van Buuren. And there's talks about me and him doing a collaboration in the future. So, looking forward to that one. Armin's been around for a long time. I've actually been producing music for a long time as well. I mean, I remember seeing him back in the day when, he was kind of going through this, coming up through the industry. So it's going to be good and interesting to do a collaboration with him. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
But not like anytime soon that we're going to see this, or is this kind of a work in progress many months ahead? Or
yeah, it's just talking at the moment, but it's going to happen because we're doing the whole deal, and we're in talks about it. When I talk about doing a project with someone, it's going to happen. So I'm thinking definitely in 2015, before the end of the year.
And just kind of a fun take on things. I mean, if you took like a movie, maybe even something that's already been made, stylistically with your sound, could you see something like, okay, my music's about to like be thrown out in this big martial arts scene, or it's about to be this big sex scene, or is it about to be that lullaby? I mean, how do you kind of like personify it?
God, that's a very tough. Yeah, that's a tough question. I mean, and then the thing is, I've had tracks that have been placed in movies before. There's a movie with Samuel Jackson called The 51st State, and it's all about basically they create this wonder drug. It's illegal wonder drug, and these kids are getting crazy over it. And they used one of my tracks called Warrior in this movie, and it was like one of the tracks that goes throughout the whole movie, and it's incredible.
So I don't want to say my music is associated with drugs or anything. But the whole pace of the movie is kind of really cool, racing ahead, and it's kind of, I don't know, man, that's a really tough one to answer. I don't know, but I guess just watch your space. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. That's a tough question.
It's just a good time, wherever the trip takes you.
Exactly, that's a good way to put it. Wherever the trip takes you.
And just for fans that kind of want to know to go and check you out about tour dates or anything, what's the best place to go and look you up?
Sure. The best place you want to check me out, you go to my website. It's michaelwoods.co.uk. There you go, all the links to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, Snapchat. Same with Snapchats as well. I love that kind of stuff. I always respond. So, yeah, absolutely, man. That's where to check me out.